called Bowl of Super Ideas. Get it?
I like it. Look at that.
I was going to say, look at the faces in
I
this
know.
one.
That's really nice.
That was really interesting.
Nice.
So here's what's going to happen. I've got a bowl of super ideas. I am going to pull from the bowl. This is my trophy.
Okay.
So we're clear.
Gotcha.
I'm going to pull from the bowl.
Okay.
It's going to be an idea, a super one. And it's your and Stu's job to tell me which team or player this would be a good idea for. Make sense?
Okay.
Okay, let's
By the way, you can have that trophy. It doesn't look that
Yeah, it's really,
exciting.
I mean, it's taped together. That's
literally taped together. Literally. All right.
Listen, don't hate it, okay?
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
A lot of paper.
For who would it be a super idea to stay patient, the future is bright?
Well,
Each, you want to go first?
all right. I'm going to
Let it rip, Each.
all right. Well, there's a couple that come to mind, but I'll say the New York Rangers just because. Let's face it. I think the expectations were a little too high for this season.
Agreed.
Coming off last year, they've got a number of really high-end young players. You can see all these kids 23 and younger with Adam Fox, Keandre Miller, Philip Hedl, who's out right now, Capo Caco, Alexis Lafreniere. So, I mean, this
How old
is
are they each?
Well, you can see right there, Fox is 22, Miller is 21, Hedl is 21, Caco is 19, and so is Lafreniere.
Good job.
Yeah, we've had some challenges with that on NHL Network.
Yeah.
I don't want to mention any names about that. Lots. I mean, but anyway, Stu, fire away.
You know, not a lot of variety here, Each. I went with the Rangers as well. This club, to me, looks their record is not indicative of the way they look on paper. It's a really deep group. The youth that you point to, I think, remarkable. And the window, too, when you think about the top-end guys like Zibanejad, guys like Panarin that are kind of driving things for this group now. These are guys we're talking about that are, still plenty of runway left in their upper 20s. And the future, to me, looks really bright with this group. I wouldn't tinker with it much.
All right. On to our next topic. Well, this thing is it's taller than me almost.
Yeah. Well, I hope it doesn't fall apart because it is taped together.
It's been around a while.
Yeah, it's been around.
Ooh, EJ's going to like this one.
Uh-oh.
Who should wear reverse retro jerseys the rest of the season?
Yeah. Stu, you want to go first?
I'll take this one first. I'm glad to take this one first. Buffalo Sabres. When I broke into the business back in the late 80s, early 90s, I kind of became an everyday NHLer. This is what the Buffalo Sabres look like. I have always loved those jerseys. Blue, that royal blue just looks really sharp against the ice in the background. That, to me, vintage all the way. Has me thinking kind of Andrechuk, Howardchuk. And I'll tell you what, those are a sharp-looking uni. I'd wear those all year long.
Yeah, those are really nice uniforms. I will go with the Dallas Stars.
I knew it. I knew it.
I mean, it was tough. I think about Minnesota, too. But these are so unique to me. I just think they're just really cool. And they're so different for what we see. And I love that bright kind of lemon lime. I don't know what you call it.
I guarantee.
Neon.
I guarantee kids love this jersey.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Look at Joel Ottinger. Jake Ottinger. He's happy. He's like, I got to win, and I love this jersey. Yeah, so that'd be the one for me.
Okay, I like both picks.
There's no wrong answer in that one.
No, I mean, you can pick
unless you say the Toronto Maple Leafs, those ones with the gray numbers.
Oh, yeah, you can't say that, and I'm a Leafs fan, so.
Yeah, that's right. She is.
Okay, this is very topical. Okay. Who should trade for Sam Bennett, EJ? What team would that be a good idea for?
Well, I think probably a lot of teams. But you know what? I'm going to say the Detroit Red Wings would be a good spot because, let's face it, the Red Wings are rebuilding. They need help. And, I think Sam Bennett could go to a place like Detroit and bring a little of that grit and sandpaper and toughness. I think he would be in a spot there where he'd play much more. He'd play with some of their better forwards. And I think he would, they could use a little of that kind of day-to-day sandpaper in their group. Sure. So I'll say Detroit.
Okay. Stu?
Two things on Sam Bennett. If they could manage, if Tree Living could manage to hang on to Sam Bennett for a while, if you think, with expansion coming right around the corner, and it's a 7-3-1 protection scheme for the Calgary Flames, you leave somebody like Bennett exposed, that's probably your pickup, and it actually allows you to protect a lot of other promising prospects or kind of contributing players on that Flames roster. If not, I like him going to Colorado. Colorado, to me, you just think back in time, you guys, over the last couple of years, these guys could use a little depth, a little insurance. The injury bug has bitten at the most inopportune times. And Bennett is a guy, contributes consistently double-digit goals every year. He's a guy that could easily, with a new lease on life, find some space on that Colorado roster in the middle part of the roster and make a contribution as the playoffs roll around for those Avs.
All right, we got time for one more.
All right, one more. One more.
Okay.
See what we got here.
All right.
Hope it's a good one.
I hope so, too. Super idea, though. It's a super idea.
Okay. Who should let the kids play, as in let some of their, prospects or more youthful players, newer players, into the lineup?
Again, when I think of the patience question and this question, they're similar because, like, the Rangers have a lot of young players, the Ducks, the Kings. I'm going to go with the Kings because they played Arthur Kaliev the other day. He got in, he had a goal.
Yeah, you got a goal.
And now they sent him back,
Party.
and they sent him back to the taxi squad already. Why? Yeah, why, Jack?
You rob us of an arty party.
Why would you? And you got Byfield, you got Turcotte.
They got some good players.
Yeah, you got some young players there that we'd like to see more of right now. So I understand they're being smart with their development. If you work for management there, you got to be smarter. We're on TV. We can just say what we want.
Exactly.
So we say, let those kids play, and they will be playing in short order. But we will see what they decide to do, what Rob Blake and company decide to do in L.A. Stu!
Hey, move just a little further down, south on I-5, down to Southern California, to Anaheim. The same recipe applies. The likes of Zegras, Drysdale, Dostal, Perreault, these guys up front. I mean, push Maxime Comtois a little more ice time over the course of the balance of the season. EJ, to your point, these guys are developed now in kind of a big league environment. They've played on the big stage. They train like NHLers at this point. Give these guys the opportunity, in a managed situation. Push them some minutes, get them into the roster, and I think accelerate their NHL development so that 3 to 5 years from now, the future looks pretty bright.
All right, that was a fun game.
Yeah.
We almost had time for one more,
I like
which,
that.
I don't know what this says. But I'm just gonna pretend that it says, when should Gary Lawless follow through with his promise to send me an all gold Vegas Gold?
Yeah,
I feel like that would be a super idea. He's so upset with me right now.